Okay, I'm back with my anglerfish. Tony is home. Decided to go outside and read in the sun for a little bit, so I'm going to do some more. What I'm doing right now is I'm drawing highlights on all the fluorescent parts. I'm adding, wrinkles. But what I'm also doing is adding a neutral non-neon color in spaces, because when the black light's on, that will give it more depth. It won't just be an overpowering of neon. There will be depth to it, more form and shape to our anglerfish friend, and the octopus that's holding his little angler light hostage. And that's just going to fade back a little some of this regular color. And then what I usually do with it is I fade it out, especially when I'm working with neon. I just fade it completely to white, because what's going to happen when I bring in the real neon, it's going to do something neat. It is going to fade from neon to not neon. And I'll show you that. I'll get the black light and show you. It's pretty neat how that works. I discovered that by accident. Let's see how it's doing that. It's a fun little trick because it really adds dimension to your neon pictures. So let's go back to regular light. I might play around with this design some more. Now what I'm going to do in all of these areas is what I did right there. Put in an occasional strip here and there, but get our regular color out, and where we're going to add neon, we fade it as close as we can to out of existence. See what I'm doing there? I'm matching that curve a little bit. That's what I'm talking about when I say follow the lines of nature. The face is flowing up in that direction, so it would make common sense, wouldn't it? If you look at your own face, well, if you look at my face, well, I don't recommend that. Don't look at my face. I want people to continue to follow me, but anyway. My face is a perfect example on how gravity treats skin. And if you ever need to wonder how gravity treats skin, I recommend not doing it for too long, but look at one of my profile pics or something where my face is showing. Gravity was very cruel to me at one point. And kind of like took my face and stretched it for a bit until everything like stuck like that. It was almost like I made a face and it really did stick like that. I should have maybe not pulled on my face so much when I did that, because my mom was right. Or maybe that's what they're talking about. You just, one day you wake up and realize, oh my gosh, they were right. My face really stuck like that. Only worse. My hair's losing color too. How is this considered the golden years? Yeah. I'm on this side of the soil, the side that you can still breathe on. So I guess there's nothing much really to complain about. I should be happy. And for the most part, yes, I am. I'm very happy. Of course there's things I'd like to see changed in the world. I'd like to see things changed in myself that I'm working on. You know, like getting back into shape. I've just been a pile of non-shape since my hip surgery, and I mean, the time for that is, I mean, the excuses for that are over with. That was over a year ago. And I need to do something about it. I'm not a relic. Hell, I'm turning 60 in August. I should be in a hell of a lot better shape than I am. Hold on, I gotta sharpen. So anyhow, if you mix just a little bit of non-neon colors, if you do a little bit of that and a fade to white first and then put your neon over it, it gives it that one hell of a cool blend when the black light's on it. I mean, most of the times I remember the old black light posters when we were kids. They had, you know, like tigers and cobras and gosh, well, you know, anything like that. You go into the head shops and they had the mushrooms and the fairies and the scantily clad women, which was a big thing that I hated to see go out of vogue. Decorating your house with nudity. I mean, okay, I get it. I'd be kind of uncomfortable about it if I was with my, well, at the time in the 70s, my elderly rich aunts in Virginia. It'd be pretty embarrassing if they had a naked woman hanging on their wall down there. So, maybe I'm glad they didn't. Best way to remove your Prismacolor dust? Swiffers. Not just for dusting furniture anymore. I'm going to add a little more of this non. And there's something I like to do sometimes when I'm doing this. I look and see what needs a little toning down. So, that's what I do. Where it needs a little evening out. Some places that might need to make a little more sense than they do. Because granted, the main thing I want it to look like is this guy is grabbing this guy's light and daring him, go ahead, eat me. Because I'm not letting go of your light. I think probably an apt title for this might be like The Stalemate or something. Who knows? I'll think of something. But I've always wanted to draw one of these fish. And I remember back in, you know, elementary school when we'd learn about things like biology and some of the things that live down in the deep sea that couldn't live up here because the pressure's so great. But they'd show you these fantastic pictures of things that are glowing and things like that. And, you know, a lot of them are bioluminescent, I think that's the word. That's a big one. A lot of syllables. I must be turning into a certain president's supporter because bigger syllable words are starting to be a little more tricky. But anyway, you'd see these pictures of these fantastic creatures. I mean, right? I mean, granted, some of them are pretty frightening looking, but it's magnificent. You'd see these strings, straight line of white dots swimming, swaying back and forth, paddling itself through the abyss. And I said, gosh, I mean, I'd never want to see that up close, because you'd have to go down in one of those submarines, and I'm too damn claustrophobic. Those people that went down to the Titanic, and then those people, that poor billionaire's son. I don't feel bad for the billionaire, asshole. If you're gonna ignore safety regards, you deserve it, but your son sure as hell didn't deserve it. So I'm sure he wasn't held in there by gunpoint. So, but still, claustrophobic. I could not stand that. I have trouble in airplanes if the flight's too long. But yeah, I could never go down and see these things in the wild. It's just too much. Unless they invent something that's like the size of my deck. If they have something the size of my deck that I can lounge in while they ship us to the bottom of the ocean to see these things, then yeah, maybe I'll do it. But I'm definitely not going to do it in a submarine. No sirree, I'm too big of a wuss. I'm going to add a little more, I think, fluorescent orange up in this area after I sharpen it, because I'm starting to, I was going to do this strictly fluorescent and black and black. Mixed media. I'm using black marker because I'm just lazy, but I really want the black